And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the second half of the broadcast. Welcome back to the second half of the broadcast. Here we are getting into our next best of three. There are 8 best of 3s here tonight, and we just wrapped up with 4 of them, and we have 4 left. 4 matches remaining here. We're going to be jumping into a PvP this time between Shameless and UedSoldier. Shameless, of course, in my mind, he was the Rising Star of 2024. He rose up through the ranks very, very quickly here, a very young player, and has gotten to the point where he is in the upper echelons of European Protoss. UedSoldier is still rising through the ranks himself, is still a little bit more of an up-and-comer here, and it is going to be more of a challenge for UedSoldier to kind of bring his opponent down, but we're here for it. We are here for it. Let's go as we're jumping into our next series, Game 1. Let's go. Game 1 is going to be on Tokamak. We're loading into our PvP, and we'll see. We'll see if we can bring it back here or cause an upset. Lovely name. As we get into Game 1 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Team Little Fairy. It is a Shameless. Un momento. There we go. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak, we have the green Protoss representing Team CSO Esports. It is UedSoldier. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open, and place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. This is still a PvP. Anything can and will happen. We'll see how our players will approach this. I will say that PvP amongst the Europeans is a little bit more notorious for longer and later games, to more kind of standardized, kind of early and mid game. Amongst the Koreans, players like Hero, Zaun, Classic, Nightmare, Creator, it's a little more common to see aggressive builds going for proxies, cheeses, and shenanigans early on. Amongst a lot of the Europeans, it is less so common to see that. So we might just go for a 2-gate opener into a third base, sorry, into a natural, into our third, into our typical 3-base mid game, and we can follow from there. We'll see, as this probe is going in a very interesting direction. Look at this. The probe does rally across the map and head towards a proxy starport location outside of the main base of Shameless. Okay. So UedSoldier, you have my attention. It does look like a proxy, not an all-in, but an aggressive build nonetheless. Here we go. As the pylon has been thrown down, of course, Shameless, he does take note. He does notice, hold up, your pylon's missing. The pylon is missing. Shameless, he can just compare his own main base from his opponents, so that his own pylon is now done, and there should be a pylon in the main base. It is not here. It could be a proxy, it could be a 1-base all-in, it could be a fake out, or it could be a Stargate. And we know it's a Stargate. We seal. It's still on Shameless to confirm. And you can see Shameless scattered on the left-hand side of the map. Does check the center. This is a very common proxy robo location, so checking for the 1-base all-ins. Does check. He does get his third pylon in the main base, so very safe play out of Shameless. A little bit paranoid. Let's see, Phoenix Wars. Phoenix Wars are very map dependent, so you can see Phoenix Wars on torches, you can see Phoenix Wars on Ultra Love. So if we end up on a map like that, then sure, you can see Phoenix Wars. Otherwise, we can settle down. Shameless pokes in, scouts the Stargate. He knows. So big scout here for Shameless. He's aware of what's going on. He's getting in position. He's ready. Here we go. Oracle does threaten. Adepts shade into the natural. Sorry, into the main. Two Adepts taking 1-shot probes, and so far they get 4 probe kills. Not bad. 4 up to 5. 5 probes going down. Very nice damage early on. With that, UedSoldier does take a worker lead. Nice damage. Nice damage so far. Behind this, going for his own robo. He's going to be working towards immortal production. Meanwhile, Shameless should be working towards earlier Twilight Council into earlier Blink, but we'll keep an eye on Shameless. Oh, never mind. He's reinforcing it. He's warping it across the map. Shameless. He's going across. He does recognize, of course, that because the investment into the Stargate, into the Oracle, that means there's less to defend. There's less on the ground. There's going to be less on the ground. Stalkers, they reinforce. UedSoldier, he's in danger. He'll lose a Stalker. Does have force fields. And the boys are being pulled. The boys are being pulled. Force fields are a little bit lackluster. Shield battery is denied, more warp-ins, and GG. Shameless, he does Noble out of control, and Shameless takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Again, a cheeky build out of UedSoldier, a cheekier response out of Shameless, going for the proxy, going for the warp-ins, and as we mentioned, because of the Oracle, there was that much less to defend, that was less back at home. GG, and with that, we have a lead for Shameless, and now we're jumping into game number 2, going to be loading into Maganatha. Maganatha is another large map in the map pool, known for proxies because of how large it is. Likewise, there's no ramp coming into the natural, so we'll get into it. As for now, jumping into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Maganatha, we have the blue Protoss player, with the blue Protoss representing Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless, leading the series 1-0, and spawning in the top left hand corner we have his opponent representing CSO Esports. It is UedSoldier. And again, UedSoldier, he was doing a good amount of damage with the adepts that were killing so many probes. The problem was the counterattack, right? The problem was that Shameless, he just committed, he just doubled down, went for the proxy, didn't hold back, and with that does take a lead. And we'll see how UedSoldier does change things up and how he does deviate. If at all. True. So far we have our standard openers. So far everything's looking as it should be. 2 gateways, no proxy. Not yet. Hello. Speaking of proxy, we are missing the second pylon. It gets run down across the map, but now this is a location for a proxy robo, and this is where I need to eat my words here. I was talking about how, like, amongst the Europeans, like, typically we see a lot of standard play, a lot of mid-game play as well. Not for UedSoldier though. Game 1, one proxy Stargate. Game 2, proxy robo, or at least a gateway. One base all in here out of our green Protoss player. Shameless also does hide his own pylon as well, so we have proxy versus proxy. One is more committed than the other. Yes, Stargate from Shameless, robo from UedSoldier. Oh, he's checking. No shot. He does scout the center. He checks the middle and he does confirm. He sees the robo. With that, how does he react? He should be moving out towards this position to shut down the pylon, to depower. Likewise, he has a choice to make. He can either go Oracle to harass and to cripple the economy, otherwise he can go Void Ray to defend back at home. Oh, UedSoldier gets a pylon in the main. Cheeky moves. Pylon in the main base. The robo will get up. Going for the Oracle. Bold move. He wants to deal critical damage. I mean, this also works just because we're lacking scout information across the map as well. So UedSoldier, he leaves nothing at home to defend. Nothing back home. Oracle's moving out. Meanwhile, it is going to be Prism first. Yeah, going for the initial Prism. Oracle gets in. Pro's going to be going down again. Critical damage, nothing to defend. UedSoldier, he's all in. I mean, he already was. And he has to go for it. 4 Stalkers taking one-shot probes. Late reaction by Shameless. Otherwise distracted. But the boys are being pulled. The oracles. Oh. So the prism is going to be forced back. Immortal production has begun. Getting to his own immortals. Finds the pylon. Does find the pylon. Brings it down. And again, this is it. It's all or nothing here for UedSoldier. Pylon is exposed. At least get the pylon. Shades into the mineral line. Toad taking one-shot probes. Doesn't commit. Or go back into the main. Oh, doesn't get much done. Going for the stasis trap. Likewise, stasis trap is denied. Nice defense. Shameless even supply blocked here. Brutal supply block. Again, he's getting there. He is getting there. Now it's up to 2 immortals. The one thing, of course, that Shameless is missing is a warp prism, but now it's on the way. Needs a little bit more time. He's almost at that prism. And then he can start to push down. Like, he doesn't want to get caught up by a force field, so he has to wait for the prism. That means he has like counterplay against a force field. He can actually micro back. And pull away. Oh, now he moves down. He commits. No force field. UedSoldier gets caught. He's being forced all the way back to his proxy. Proxy pylon is going to be depowered. And depowers the robo. And UedSoldier is running out of steam here. Again, he's down in workers. Now he's lost his robo. And Shameless, the first way to expand. We can just build up from here. We can okay. We just build up into 2 bases. UedSoldier still breaking out of his own main. Still trying to break out. And from here we can just stabilize. It's going to be on Shameless to just build up on 2 bases, then on 2 bases you can go for extra gateways and go for an earlier blink timing. So you can see here gateways are on the way. Until then, the game is going to slow down for a moment here. UedSoldier does have potential to recover. He's got Phoenixes building up. He's going to be working towards his own eventual blink as well. We can maybe go for DTs and a Dark Shrine. There's a world where the Phoenixes, they can shut down the Prism, they can get harassing damage in the mineral lines, they can catch the Oracle. As the Oracle is still out there. So there's potential for UedSoldier's army, but like he also has to find those opportunities. He has to rely on his opponents to make mistakes or force mistakes out of Shameless. Otherwise, Shameless is looking quite comfortable. Scout is denied. Shameless taking a 3rd. Just getting further ahead. Oh, is this when both players just calm down, macro up, and build to the mid game? I mean, maybe. That's a lot of gateways. So UedSoldier, he just made a choice. He's getting up to 6 gateways. I believe we can afford up to 8 gateways on 2 bases for an 8K 2 base all in. UedSoldier has not expanded, and UedSoldier, he's aware of the 3rd base as well. Like, he knows that Shameless took a base, and he's choosing to commit into a 2 base all in. It's a tough choice to make. And here it goes. All right, what do we have? We have, I believe it's still soon to be 6. Yeah, 6 gates. So 6 gates. Prism moves out as well. Blink is done. UedSoldier, he'll hit before +1. But he's also moving into 3 immortals. Nice concave. UedSoldier, he commits. He does lift the first immortal. Not bad. He lifts one, lifts the other. But there's still so many soldiers left over, and the force fields are brutal. GG gets called. Half the army wasn't even attacking. And Shameless, he will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Shameless, he will claim the series. Again, it was a very chaotic and very intense series out of UedSoldier. Game 1, he went proxy Stargate. Game 2, he went proxy Robo. Unfortunately, Shameless scattered immediately. He found the Robo, he confirmed what was going on, he was able to punish it, and with that, GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, it is Shameless. He does claim the series, and now we are getting ready for our next set of matches.